This video is brought to you by Spigen. Today I'm going to share my experience switching to the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6, featuring a more durable, thinner, and lighter design, as well as upgrades to both displays, new AI features, and faster performance, which all add up to make the experience better. And after 4 weeks of using the Fold 6, I've got to say there's a lot I really like, but also some things that I don't and that you should know about before buying. This video is going to be covering everything you need to know. The Fold 6 starts at $1,899 for 256 gigabytes, which is $100 more than the previous Fold 5. I have the silver shadow color here, which I think looks very chic, and it also comes in pink as well as in navy, and there's also some online exclusive colors, including a carbon fiber model, but as always, I will leave the purchase links down in the description. So the biggest new feature of the Fold 6, and also my favorite, is the new design, both in terms of the look as well as the feel in the hand. The more sharp design with its squared off edges looks super clean. The new matte armor aluminum frame is more fingerprint and also scratch resistant and adds to the premium aesthetic. The back uses matte Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and I like the contrasting camera module. In the hand, the Fold 6 also feels much nicer to hold too, and at just 239 grams it is also significantly lighter, bringing it much closer in weight to the S24 Ultra, and I can assure you this is a difference that you really feel in the hand and also in the pocket. The Fold 6 is also thinner, and this is in part thanks to a new, more compact hinge which sticks out less and is almost gapless when closed, which not only looks better but also makes the cover screen easier to use, especially if you're left-handed like me. But like with any folding phone, including the Fold 6, the hinge, along with the main display, remains to be one of the two weak points of this phone. Now, to be fair, today the hinge on my Fold 6 feels smooth to operate, and from my personal experience with good care, my previous Fold 5's hinge still felt smooth after a year of use. But I do have a friend of mine whose Fold 4 no longer opens fully after just 1 year of use due to dust buildup inside. Now, on the bright side, the Fold 6 is now IP48 water and also for the first time dust resistant, and this is hopefully going to help with the longer term durability. Compared to the Fold 5, on the Fold 6, I actually found myself using the cover screen more, and this is thanks to the fact that the 6.3-inch cover screen is now brighter at 2600 nits, also wider and shorter. And this makes it much nicer to use, especially when typing to a message to respond, or say when trying to reach the tops of the screen. The cover screen is covered by Gorilla Glass Victus 2, but to make it even better, I would have loved to see Samsung bring the Gorilla Armor from the S24 Ultra for much better scratch resistance and also better anti-reflective properties. Now, let's talk about the reason you buy a folding phone, and that is of course the folding screen. The 7.6-inch main screen packs the same impressive 2600 nits of brightness, which on the folding screen is especially impactful since this screen shows more reflections, so the extra brightness helps to cancel some of this out, making it more visible in the sun. The 1 to 120 Hz refresh rate keeps content flowing smoothly, and I also appreciate the thinner bezels going around the display. The under-display camera remains to be well hidden, though it does suffer in quality, but more on cameras in a sec. Something I was very happy to see specifically about the Fold 6 is that Samsung have made the crease less visible, both in terms of visibility but also in feel when you're using the phone. You can still see it from the side, but head-on the crease is less visible and also less noticeable as you're swiping across the screen. Samsung have also added a new coating, and this is to help with scratch resistance, and so far, after a couple of weeks, my screen has held up well, but like the hinge, the main screen too is a weak point on most of these folding phones. For example, with enough pressure, your nails alone can leave permanent damage on these screens. While Samsung is improving the durability of their folding phones each year, the reality is these folding phones are still going to be much more fragile than any typical non-folding phone. And I think as a tech reviewer, it is important for me to share this with you, especially if you are new to or considering getting your first folding phone. Therefore, my advice is to use this or any folding phone with a bit more care to help it last. We'll have to wait and see how the Fold 6 specifically holds up over time, so be sure to subscribe to not miss my long-term review. So what has the Fold 6 been like to use? Well, switching back again to a folding phone, I gotta say the Fold 6 with its tablet and phone-in-one form factor truly remains to be something special. While I'm out on the go, I use the cover screen, but as soon as I sit in a cafe or I'm at home at my desk or say on the sofa, unfolding the main screen truly does give you a tablet experience that fits in your pocket. Apps are bigger with more lines of text and emails, more events in your calendar, movies and videos and games are more expansive and thus more immersive. But even cooler for me are the multitasking capabilities. I often have 2 apps open side by side, which is essentially running 2 smartphone screen size apps at once. Then, to take this even further, you can have 3 apps open with a 4th on top, making this feel less like a tablet but even more like a portable computer, something no non-folding phone can do. The folding form factor is also great as a built-in stand, letting you watch a YouTube video in the top half of the screen that's an angle towards you, while the media controls populate the lower half. I also like how you can set the home screen layouts independently for both the cover screen as well as the main screen to best fit their use cases. The design and the form factor of the Fold 6 is truly impressive, but at nearly $2,000, it is important to protect it. And this is where Spigen's excellent Fold 6 accessories come in, certified by Samsung for a guaranteed perfect fit. Starting with my favorite, the AirSkin Aramid. Made of a highly durable 1500 denier Kevlar aramid fiber, and at just 0.9mm, it is as thin and slim as it gets, giving that satisfying, almost caseless feel in the hand, while still providing protection from day-to-day wear with an extra metal element around the cameras. And then for truly unmatched protection, there is this, the Tough Armor Pro P, providing full coverage even over the hinge, and like all cases, it is super easy to apply. Just make sure there's no moisture and to use the included double-sided adhesion. And check this out, the hinge portion also unfolds to act as a built-in kickstand. Great for viewing content, and inside there's also a hidden compartment to store an S-Pen for easy access on the go. The case also uses Spigen's air cushion technology in each corner for maximum drop protection. And then for the Fold 6, Spigen have brought over the super popular Ultra Hybrid 01, showing the detailed inner workings of your Fold 6, perfect for those who want something a little bit different and unique. The clear case still provides full protection, including air cushion technology, while being slim and lightweight. And then to top it all off, simply apply the Glass TR Ease Fit Screen Protector. I've been using Spigen screen protectors for years, mainly because of how easy they are to install in just 3 steps with the included frame, the 9-inch hardness for durability, and oleophobic coating to keep your screen free from scratches and smudges, plus you get 2 in the box. So to protect your Fold 6 with Spigen, be sure to head to the links in the description today. Let's talk about the cameras. Now, this is an area where the Fold 6 delivers, but also could have done more. Bringing only minor camera upgrades, we get better post-image processing, and the ultra-wide lens can now shoot 4K at 60 FPS. But aside from that, this is the same 5-lens camera system as we found on last year's Fold 5. The 50-megapixel main lens has good dynamic range, high detail, and is quite sharp, even in the 2x zoom mode. Compared to the Fold 5, color reproduction on the Fold 6 is a bit more contrasty and less vibrant, making shots more true to life, but photos still fall short of the even better S24 Ultra. The 3x lens is solid with a nice natural bokeh and surprisingly consistent colors when compared to the main lens. The ultra-wide lens could be sharper and tends to be a bit darker when compared to the other lenses, but still does the job. The cover screen camera, and especially the underscreen camera, are sufficient for a video call, but not much else. Particularly the underscreen camera, which looks a bit like I added a throwback to 2014 filter on my photo. But this is where one of the advantages of the folding form factor comes into play, letting you use the main lens for better quality selfies and the cover screen as a preview, which results in some really great looking shots. Overall, a good camera system, but also not the best. Yes, most won't be buying this folding phone for its camera, but just imagine if the Fold 6 had the same incredible camera system as on the S24 Ultra, then you'd have it all. Well, plus probably an even higher price. Another area I want to touch on is the new photo AI features that Samsung have introduced, the first of which is Sketch to Image, letting you draw an object on your photo for which an AI image is then generated. Let's play a game. In this photo, what part do you think is AI generated? Okay, not so hard to guess. In this example, I drew a dog, and the AI generated not just a dog, but also instinctively added in a leash, which is pretty smart, until we zoom a little bit closer and look at the background behind me, which is pretty much removed. There's also Photo Studio, which transforms a picture of yourself into a cartoon sketch, and all I'll say is prepare yourself for what you're about to see. Wow, I find this kind of strange. In some ways, I can really see myself in this image, and other ways, not at all. Of course, the Fold 6 also packs the existing, and in my opinion, more useful AI image features, like having the ability to move or remove objects, which is something I do from time to time. The Fold 6 may not have the camera system of the S24 Ultra, but it does have the performance. Packing the same Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, plus a new vapor chamber for better cooling and 12GB of RAM. Now from a data perspective, Geekbench 6 shows a 22% improvement in multi-core performance when compared to the Fold 5. And in real-world use, this phone absolutely flies. Apps run super fast and smoothly, whether you're switching between apps or playing games on the big screen. I also like how quickly I can switch between the cover screen and also the folding screen like in Maps when I'm on the go, which is kind of like today's version of unfolding a map. This showcases not just the phone's performance, but also demonstrates how well optimized Samsung's One UI 6.1 on top of Android 14 has become over the years. In addition to the photo AI features we looked at earlier, the Fold 6 also adds new text features, letting you essentially type in a prompt into a note or say a message, and the AI will generate a paragraph about that subject. And of course, we still get the AI features from the S24 Ultra, like circle to search and custom wallpaper generation. Like with the photo AI features, some of these AI features are genuinely useful and others are more gimmicky, but for me, it remains fascinating to see this tech improve and evolve over time. For the Fold 6, Samsung promises up to 7 years of software updates and support, which is great to see. But I'm not sure if the hardware is going to last 7 years from a durability perspective. This may be a case where the software outlasts the hardware. But still, long software support is always welcome and remains to be great to see. The Fold 6 packs the same size battery as the Fold 5 and gets similar performance, which is to say I get all-day battery life with mixed use using both the cover screen as well as the main screen, and I end the day with around 25% remaining. And this brings me to the ultimate question of should you buy the Fold 6? Well, while there are still some areas for improvement like the cameras or having more starting storage, the many small upgrades that the Fold 6 brings over the Fold 5, namely its more durable, thinner, and lighter design, as well as upgrades to both displays, all add up to make the usability and overall experience using this folding phone significantly better. I think the Fold 6 is one of, if not the most polished folding phone that you can get right now. Whether you're coming from a Fold 3 or Fold 4 or are looking to get your first folding phone, you're likely gonna love using it. There really is something special about having a tablet in your pocket. Let me know if you have any questions at all. As always, I will leave the purchase links down in the description. And if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you check out my Fold 6 First Things to Do video, as well as my Flip 6 review, which is coming out very soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.